Your question is asking me whether or not His Excellency Dr. Bawumia cannot make a case that he's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's learned any lesson. Indeed, the manner in which the MPP, the campaign was done, the messaging was done, tell me that, or confirms to me that the spirit of Machiavellianism, the spirit that is familiar, the culture that is very parochial, that has, in my opinion, destroyed the core values and principles of the MPP, was at the fore in how this campaign was done. And it tells me that His Excellency Dr. Bawumia and the MPP in general have not learned any lesson, have not repented. Indeed, the fact that they decided to do this bottom-up approach, whose essence was to turn the MPP into, in the words of the Venerable Kwesi Pratt, turn the MPP into a Bawumia fan club, confirms that this is a party that is going deeper into the abyss and are not in a position to give any credible opposition and are not poised to change how they do their politics. Because, when you take politics there are various ways in which people see politics. You can choose to see politics in the eyes of Aristotle, or you can choose to see politics in the eyes of Machiavelli, of Niccolo Machiavelli.
Which of those eyes are you looking through?
I've always looked at my politics in the eyes of Aristotle. Because the reason why you do politics ought to be to build a strong state, ought to be to create a situation where strong men, as in good men, you understand? I see politics that is governed more by ethics, a politics that brings to the fore virtue and principle. Now, the MPP, and especially when Anado took control of the party from 2008, did politics that was more Machiavellian in nature. Politics that saw power as the end. Personally, I see power as a means, as the beginning. As a means, it's not necessarily the end. But the MPP saw politics, saw power as the end. And because they see politics or they see power as the end, it reflected in how they did their campaign. Now, they've chosen a candidate, and they've told us that this candidate has some 16 cents. Beyond what we know, MPP themselves, his competitors, and the party itself, told all Ghanaians that Bawumia has some 16 cents. Bro, are you following?
I'm following.
That Bawumia has 16 cents. 16 cents. They say 60 cents. One, you remember what's it called? The salad rice. Salad rice. They told Ghanaians that the salad rice is true. Bawumia salad rice.
You mean was part of the campaign for the?
But they told us that Bawumia had committed some 16 cents.
Those are allegations, and it's been refuted several times.
Refuted. MPP itself. MPP is going to convince Ghanaians that Bawumia is the best person to lead us. But MPP also told us that Bawumia has some 16 cents. Beyond his inability to aid in reversing the principle of the Hattarization of the city. They are telling us that Bawumia has committed some 16 cents. In fact, they even added that he is autistic. Did you hear that, bro? In this campaign, he said his husband, Dr. Bawumia, was autistic.
Let's leave that out.
No, I won't leave
Let's
it.
be decent enough.